I often find myself watching The Social Network more than several times in a year. It's one of my favorite films alongside Vertigo, The Dark Knight, and Boogie Nights. I watched the film for the first time when I was 11 years old, and whilst I vividly remember the experience, I'm not going to romanticize it because my most recent viewing is always my most rewarding with this film. So here is this short video essay celebrating the 10th anniversary of The Social Network, including some of the reasons why I love it. David Fincher did 99 takes of the opening scene between Jesse Eisenberg and Rooney Mara. His reason being that if you construct these elaborate sets, fly the cast and crew in, pay for accommodation, what's the point of just capturing the scene in 4 or 5 takes? Why not be patient and let the actors give their best performance? Fincher directs Eisenberg, Andrew Garfield, and Justin Timberlake to a highlight in each of their respective careers. This level of precision is embedded all throughout The Social Network, not just in the cinematography, but in the editing, the music, even the text in the opening credits. Look at how the names appear on the screen, like you are scrolling down on a website. Also look at how Mark Zuckerberg is the only person going in the direction he is running throughout the sequence. A subtle detail that informs you of his isolation in social environments from the start. Sure, these are very minor features of the film, but Fincher's attention to the small things is key to appreciating his mastery. Almost every biopic released in the last decade will include this text at the end of the movie that tells you of what happened to the real-life person after the events in the film, while some uplifting music plays in the background. You've seen it in Bohemian Rhapsody, The Imitation Game, you name it. Either it's information that is completely irrelevant to the movie you just watched, stuff you otherwise would have found on Wikipedia, or it feels like you are reading about events in this person's life that are more interesting than anything in the actual film. It's a cop-out and it's unnecessary. The Social Network is one of the 2 movies that are an exception to this, the other being Goodfellas. The text at the end of this film is used in a much more creative way than other biopics because it actually enhances the effectiveness of the final shot. You see, the text at the end of The Social Network isn't placed after the film has faded to black. No, it's placed over the ending. When Mark sits back in his chair, refreshing Erica's Facebook page, whilst the Beatles' Baby You're a Rich Man plays, this text appears on screen. Mark Zuckerberg is the youngest billionaire in the world. This is information that would have been hard to reveal through Aaron Sorkin's dialogue, so by placing it in text, it really highlights how lonely Mark is, despite being so overwhelmingly successful. He's built this huge empire that intimately manages the social lives of billions of people, but he himself is lonely. It also juxtaposes the first scene of the film. Mark is sitting in a crowded bar, but he is a nobody. Now at the end, he is popular, but he is by himself. The film uses the text to underline its point, and then it takes its bows. One of the questions that I've frequently pondered when watching The Social Network is, what is Mark's desire in the film? It's clearly not money or fame. Is it to be part of the Phoenix Club? No. It seems Mark's intention for most things he does in the film is simply to just have the recognition that he did it. It's a roundabout way of trying to fit in. The scene in the nightclub reveals this, when Sean Parker remarks about Napster.
It may not have been good business, but it pissed a lot of people off. And isn't that what your face mash was about?
To which Mark nods in agreement. However, at the end of the day, he doesn't find fulfillment in people's respect or envy of him once he's climbed to the top. Which draws him back to Erica, who ironically he was in a relationship with at the start of the film. One of the best things about Aaron Sorkin's writing in this film is that he treats each scene like a short film, with a little punchline at the end to make you think about the characters. For example, when Mark first explains his idea for Facebook to Eduardo, the scene ends with Mark saying,
"It probably was a diversity thing. But so what?"
in reference to Eduardo being tapped for a finals club. Fincher had Sorkin time himself reading the script and then asked the actors to deliver the lines at the same pace to ensure the film had the exact running length of 2 hours. This is one of the reasons why I wish Sorkin and Fincher would collaborate again, because their styles complement each other so well. They're both perfectionists. To wrap this up, The Social Network really is that film you can watch multiple times and not get bored of. There's so much richness in the dialogue, so many layers to the cinematography, and excellent performances across the board. It's a film we'll be celebrating another 10 years from now, another 50 years from now, because it's not just a masterpiece, it's timeless. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video on The Social Network's 10th anniversary. I think this film is perfect and David Fincher's best work, which is saying something since he followed this up with The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and Gone Girl, which are also outstanding. I have new video essays coming out on Skyfall and Spectre in anticipation for the new James Bond film, No Time to Die. So if you're interested, those will be coming out over the next few weeks. If you're new to the channel, I have some more videos on my favorite films, including Inception and Prisoner of Azkaban for you to watch. As always, thank you guys for your support, and I'll see you next week.